What's up, wrestling-themed gamers? I hope you're having the loveliest week. We are just days away from the Super Slam! Super Slam! Super Slam! Super Slam! Release. And my god, there are some good-looking cards in this set. At least 10. Some newer heroes are looking good, some of the older heroes are getting huge support pieces, and the reprints are freaking incredible. This warrants a list, and so please join me for the top 10 Super Slam cards. Before we get into it, we are very close to hitting some huge milestones for the channel, so please, if you like what we're doing so far, and you want to see it get even better, make sure to slam the like and subscribe buttons, and with that, let's get on to the list, starting with, for our honorable mentions, we have all 4 pieces of the new Olympia set. This is my Exodia. Also, Parched Terrain, because I guess Fang doesn't actually ever get a good expansion slot. Maybe this is foreshadowing for Dromai. And then, of course, Bonds of Agony at home, because Yasu would come after me if I didn't put it on the list. Card's great! Now let's get on to the actual list, and starting with number 10, we've got some amazing tech for old KO. I'm talking about Smashing Ground. This is a blue, 3 cost, 5 power, 3 block brute attack that says if this has 6 or more power, when this hits a hero, destroy a card in their arsenal. Blue 5s are usually the sweet spot on old KO, and thanks to his consistent might generation, this is threatening to be a blue CNC that costs 1 more. The best decks in the format traditionally have above-rate blues, and I would call freaking Command and Conquer a pretty above-rate blue. This card seems excellent. Number 9 on our list goes to a really interesting piece of tech, and that is Overcrowded. We've got a blue, 0 cost, 1 power, 2 block, generic attack with the ambush keyword, which says while this is in your arsenal, you may defend with it. It also says that when it attacks or defends, it gets +1 power or defense for each different name among aura tokens in the arena. I had to check to see if Ambush was a new mechanic for the set. Turns out there was Tiger Eye Reflex from that round the table thingy, so new to me. I think 2 is the magic number of differently named aura tokens to make this an above rate blue, and there are plenty of heroes that can make that happen. Hey, remember our spoiler card? Run it. A really cool application here is that this is not a defense reaction, so you can block a CNC with this out of arsenal, which seems awesome. Moving on with the list, and at number 8, we've got What Happens Next? This is a blue, 0 cost, 2 block Guardian instant aura with the suspense keyword. So it enters the arena with 2 suspense counters, 1 gets removed at the start of each of your turns, and it's destroyed once there are 0 counters on it. While it's in play, it says the first card with cost 1 or more you play each turn costs 1 less to play. So this card is tailor-made for Pleiades, who's able to shift these suspense counters around in order to keep a particular aura of suspense on the arena. And the implications while this thing is in play are ridiculous. CNC Pummel, just a blue, no tunic resource needed. CNC no pummel, you can do that off of just a tunic resource. All of these 4-cost Guardian Crush attacks can now be played with just a blue. This card seems like a ton of value on its face, and I'm really excited to see how Pleiades takes shape. On to number 7 on our list, and we've got the card I'm most excited for. Did I mention I love Runeblades? And that is Painful Passage. This red, 0 cost, 3 block Shadow Runeblade action reads, you may banish an attack action card from your hand. If you do, it gets +3 power or go again until end of turn. Go again. Surely this is the card that pushes Vincent into A tier, and while I'm definitely kidding, it does seem like a really good upgrade. Being able to send 2 Runegate attacks in a turn is often the pivot point Vincent looks for in order to take tempo, and this card lets you do exactly that, while also being a shadow card to trigger Vincent's ability and make sure that both of your Runegate attacks are going to get their on-pain effects. I cannot wait to play around with this card, and still probably lose a bunch. At number 6, we've got another card that looks like a great addition for, honestly, all of the brutes, and that is Reckless Stampede. We've got a red, 2 cost, 7 power, 0 block brute attack that reads, whenever a card defends this, clash with the defending hero. The winner deals 1 damage to the other hero. Each hero may put the revealed card on the bottom of the deck. Let me tell you, I was playtesting against old KO on Fang. Fang is not a hero known for winning clashes, and this card was brutal in endgame states. There's no right answers. You're just taking a bunch of damage. You don't want to block it, but turns out you usually want to block brutes. So I would expect to see a lot of this attack coming at your face in the near future. Before we get to the top half of the list, please make sure to like the video if you're liking the video, and Something about a notification bell, ding ding ding, I don't know. Top 5. The number 5 spot on our list goes to a card that I am not particularly excited to play against, but I'm sure a bunch of Guardian bad guys are going to have a blast. I'm talking about Leave Them Hanging. This is a red, 3-cost, 3-block, Reviled Guardian instant aura with suspense and 2 abilities. When this enters the arena, intimidate target hero, and when this leaves the arena, your next attack this turn gets +4 power. Disrupting the opponent on their turn is so freaking good, and this being an instant lets you do it at any priority window your opponent provides you. Couple that with a +4 pump on the back end to synergize perfectly with Lyath, and we have what has to be one of the strongest cards in whatever version of the Lyath deck we end up seeing. At the number 4 spot on our list, we've got, wait for it, another Brute card, and that is Gauntlets of the Tyrannical Rex. The de facto Brute arms have been Apex Bonebreakers since they released in Heavy Hitters, but we've got a serious contender here to dethrone the previous top of the food chain. Temper 2, just like Bonebreaker, but this ability reads, Action, pay 1 resource and tap. Your next attack this turn gets +1 power. Activate this only if there is a card with 6 or more power in your pitch zone. Go again. Apex Bonebreaker is limited by the fact that you have to block with it to get its ability, so you're only ever going to trigger it twice throughout a game. Rex Gauntlets here only require you to have a 6 attack in your pitch zone, which, hey, old KO and most Brutes are probably doing. The fact that these can provide way more than 2 offensive value over the course of the game tells me that we're going to be seeing these a lot in the Brute arm slot moving forward. At the number 3 spot on our list, we have a card that will surely put Kasai firmly into the A tier, and this time I'm at least more serious than I was about Vincent. I'm talking about Blood Follows Blade. Here is a yellow, 0-cost, 3-block attack reaction that is a Kasai specialization that reads, Target sword attack gets go again, and when this hits, create a Centauri Sellsword token. If we were having this conversation before the ban list that absolutely gutted Gravy Bones, I may have had this card at number 1. The fact that we won't be attacking into allies quite as frequently brings this card down just a smidge, but it is still exactly the card Kasai is looking for. If you want to hear some more in-depth thoughts about this card and its implications in Kasai, make sure to check out Amy's Kasai episode of Clash. Our runner-up for Best Super Slam card goes to another expansion slot, and a card that also would have been fighting for the number 1 spot before the ban list, and that is Light Up the Leaves. We've got a red, 3-cost, 3-block Earth Wizard action that reads deal 6 arcane damage to any target, and has the bonus ability, Instant, discard this and another Earth card, prevent the next 6 arcane damage that target source would deal this turn. Even without the bonus ability, an Earth-talented Burn Bear that actually pitches is already insane in Verdance, giving her copies 4 through 6 of the Stormstriders, Waning Moon, 9 is not a safe number combo. Tack on a bit of Mirror, Kano, and Acilio tech, as well as the hidden value of just being able to dump 2 Earth cards into your graveyard on turn 0, and we've got a card that almost certainly brings Verdance near the top of the metagame. It's just a shame that she never got to play with this and Plume of Evergrowth. Just kidding. Get help. And my number 1 pick for the best card in Super Slam is actually a collection of cards. And I don't care if you think this is a cop-out, you can yell at me in the comments, but I'm giving the number 1 spot, collectively, from an overall game impact perspective, to the reprints. Felling of the Crown, Plow Under, Snag, Warmonger's Diplomacy, Flick Knives, New Horizon. Are you kidding me? This is creeping on history pack levels of value when we're talking about reprints. What's more, the effect on the prices are immediately noticeable. These cards aren't suddenly worthless, but legendaries that were previously $100 or more suddenly have reprints that are settling around $50. Felling of the Crown was over $60 for the longest time, and its reprint is pre-sailing for $15. The price of entry is without a doubt the number 1 criticism for new players trying to get into Flesh and Blood. And we are watching LSS solve the problem in real time, and I could not be happier. There's still plenty of room for collectors to have fancy expensive cardboard and high rarity grails to chase, but the prospective player is getting increasing access to affordable, high power decks. And hell, I still have heroes I want to build in the game. I'm thrilled that Flick Knives isn't going to cost me a crisp Benjamin. Thank you, LSS. Please do this more. That wraps up the video today. Thank you so much for watching. Please do hit the like button if you enjoyed the content. The support y'all have been giving us is out of this world, and I just can't wait to keep making more awesome stuff. Make sure you've got the notification bell rung, because we're going to have some more dope videos coming out soon. Let me know in the comments what Super Slam card you're most excited for, and, as always, have a great day.